brought to you by Doritos. For the bold, Melendez, 2 years the elder of Alvarez. Gilbert Melendez will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Here we go! Fight Clock brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. White trunks for Eddie Alvarez, gray and white for Gilbert Melendez.
Both guys trying to find their distance, standing right in front of each other. Neither one committing yet. There it goes.
Good combo.
1-2. Very nicely done by Eddie.
A lot of animosity that we talked about. This fight years in the making.
Well, sometimes when you have a fight like that, there's so much buildup and so much tension that the fighters are afraid to exchange. They're afraid to pull the trigger. I shouldn't say afraid, but the anticipation of the moment.
Hard to live up to the hype, right?
Yes.
That's why Chuck and Vanderlei was so special, because it pretty much did. You wait all those years for certain matchups. What we think we could see tonight is another Diego Sanchez, Gilbert Melendez type fight.
Sometimes fighters, when they hate a guy, they hate the idea of possibly losing to him, so they don't take chances. There's a nice jab there by Gilbert.
3 of them. Really long with that jab. And as I mentioned, 4-inch reach advantage for Melendez. Nate Diaz, Jake Shields in his corner tonight. They are like brothers. They have it for years.
Oh! Gilbert caught him hard. It was a big shot.
Another one.
Eddie got rocked.
Yes, he did.
Gilbert's on top of him.
Gilbert put a left right on his jaw, 2 jaw. Big shot early scored by Melendez.
That right hand really rocked Eddie. But Eddie Alvarez is the guy who's been rocked in a lot of fights, and he's very good at recovering.
The Donald Cerrone fight we just spoke of.
And a bunch of his fights outside of the UFC, the Michael Chandler fight, he got rocked badly in the first round. He just got clipped with a big jab too, and winced.
Alvarez, 16 career wins by knockout.
And Eddie Alvarez fights fights very heavy on his front foot. Donald Cerrone took advantage of that and landed a lot of leg kicks. We've yet to see Gilbert do that, but Eddie landed one of his own. You hear Henry Hooft saying, "Don't wait for his shot."
Alvarez, a lot of training in this fight, sparring with Michael Johnson. He wants a high-paced, violent fight. Just past the midway point of the first of the potential 3 5-minute rounds. That long jab again. Technique for both of these men, really good to watch if you're a young fighter.
Eddie Alvarez looks a big gunshine, Mike.
Yeah, and justifiably so after that right hand.
Yeah, but he's got to get that back. And he has not done anything to indicate he's willing to do so. Oh, he got nailed again. Over the top, Melendez.
Again with the right hand. And it was right as Alvarez was stepping in with his own combination.
Alvarez again with that wide stance. Standing right in front of Gilbert.
Melendez, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Cesar Gracie, was awarded his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt right after that Diego Sanchez fight. Neither man thinking about fighting on the ground so far in this one, though. Stand and trade.
I think Eddie Alvarez is still hurt, Mike. I really do. It's the only explanation that I could come up with for why he hasn't tried to exchange with him again. I mean, he's really hesitating on the outside. There's another beautiful jab by Gilbert.
Good
nice
kick.
leg kick.
And you talked about the wide stance of Melendez as well.
Well, Eddie's landed 2 of those, and he went up top with that one.
Got him in the rib cage.
And he looked low to fake it. He's showing him the hips.
Melendez, 10-1 head straights. jab. Final seconds.
Melendez boxing really looks nice tonight, Mike. Really looks nice. They just touch gloves. Interesting. Boy, he's hurt.
Wow, look at the left.
Yeah, his eye is swollen.
Breathe, breathe. Eddie, breathe. Relax. You okay?
Joey blew his nose at the end of the round.
And listen, breathe.
That is a terrible thing that a fighter can do.
Yes.
If you hurt your nose and you blow your nose, if your nose is broken, oftentimes your eyes will swell shut. And that's what we're seeing right here from Eddie. They got to really clamp that end swell down and try to move some of that swelling away from his eye. And he might very well have a broken nose. Oh, it's an elbow.
Nicely done.
The elbow is what rocked him. It looked like a right hand from
Sure
where we
did.
were. That was a nice elbow. And there's another elbow, another short elbow, and a right hand behind it by Gilbert.
And Joe, his eye looked fine up to the point where he blew his nose, and now it's just nasty.
That is, boxing trainers will tell you never blow your nose, but it's so hard because it's packed up with blood, and your instinct is to blow it, and he did, and this is the consequences of that.
Amazing how quickly his eye swelled up.
It is amazing.
Oh, looks nasty.
And it happens like that a lot. I mean, you would think that an old school guy like Eddie Alvarez would know that. It's just instinct. You know, if you have an instinct, you can't breathe out of your... Oh,
Caught with a nice right.
Very nice.
With that in mind, Joe, let's see if Alvarez pushes the pace here.
Oh, man, it's even worse now.
It looks just nasty.
He can't see out of that left eye. I mean, Big John McCarthy might give him to the end of this round, but he might not, depending upon whether or not he gets hit on that left side. But he's going to be very vulnerable to anything coming from the left side, anything that's coming from where he can't see.
Which is the right hand in the pistol position of Gilbert Melendez. Or that elbow, Joe, as we saw in the replay, was so violent.
And as we discussed earlier tonight in the Johnny Case fight, which was not nearly as bad as this, once you have a hard time seeing out of that eye, it limits your ability to judge distance as well.
Johnny Case's eye was in the prelims. If you missed it, fans, it started to get a bit better as the fight continues. It looks like Eddie's eye continues to get worse.
Yeah, it's very swollen, very swollen.
The fight we were referring to on the prelims was an accidental eye poke. Looking for a takedown.
And Gilbert looking for a guillotine.
Just the pressure that might be put on his left eye in this position, Joe. So far, you see him staying with his right side, the right ear, the right eye, while he head fights.
It's not a devastating injury, at least as far as we know, to the left eye. What it is from blowing the nose. He may have a broken nose. And when you have a broken nose and there's all this swelling, when you blow it, the swelling transfers to your eye for some strange reason. It's very, very common.
Get back to the corner.
Let's take a look at it in the replay. We'll see it here.
Hey.
Watch, his eye's fine. He blows his nose, and then boom. Look at that. It swells instantly.
Wow.
I mean, that is, for young fighters, the best example of why you don't blow your nose.
Instantaneously.
Instantaneously. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous how quick it happens.
Melendez took a low shot, recovered, fight continues.
It just might not have ever happened to Eddie before, so he might not have known to not do it, but I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Gilbert just landed a nice stiff jab.
A guy with 30 professional fights, Joe, and all those years of hard training, you would think that that's occurred once or twice in his MMA life.
And also a guy who has a very boxing-based style.
Yeah.
There's another nice left kick. Excuse me, right kick. The left leg of Gilbert's been eaten up.
It sure has.
But he needs more of those. Eddie needs a lot more of those.
If you're Melendez, now he's looking for a potential takedown. Good knee. If you're Melendez, you turn up the pace a bit?
Well, Gilbert has had great success with his hands in these exchanges, and it seems to me that that's what he wants to continue doing. He believes he can probably connect and eventually land one that takes Eddie out. But in the meanwhile, he's got to look out for those kicks. Because those can easily take away his movement. I mean, we're only in the second round. We have a minute 40 to go here, and then another 5. Anything can happen. There's another one.
Gilbert not attempting to check those kicks at all.
No, he hasn't. He's very heavy on his leg because he's looking to do that.
Yep.
He's looking to land bombs. And for Alvarez, if I was in his corner, I'd be saying, flash the jab, throw that leg kick. Flash the jab, throw that leg kick.
Ducks under.
And he's got Gilbert's back here briefly. Gilbert, an excellent grappler, very good wrestler. And as you said, Cesar Gracie, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Both men with their names on their back. Alvarez and Melendez. Eddie Alvarez once said, I love this quote, Joe, success is never owned, it's just rented, and the rent is due every day.
That's a great quote.
Isn't that great?
I've never heard that before, but that's a great quote. Eddie's got the takedown, nicely done by Alvarez.
Close second round when you consider this and the leg kicks of Alvarez.
Yes, and right in front of his corner. Easily, Eddie could be winning this round, and probably is. First round definitely went to Gilbert.
Through the knee. Melendez just able to get out of harm's way.
20 seconds, 50 seconds, finish strong,
15. Swollen left eye or not, Eddie Alvarez continued to fight his fight here in the second.
But again, as we said, it's not a beautiful spinning elbow. And that might have rocked Gilbert.
Yeah, he saw him a little wobbly there for a moment.
That's an excellent second round. You know that the eye is swollen, but it's not a catastrophic injury. It's not like he got head kicked or anything. He's blowing the nose. They get that end swell on that right away and push that swelling away. It's very possible that they can stop this from really stopping this fight.
Hey, listen. You cannot stand in front of him. You need to move in and out. Hey, listen. In and out. He's missing everything. Hey, but listen, you cannot just throw one punch. Combination punch, finish on his butt. He's broke. You took him down, you broke him there. For you, 5 rounds is nothing. Show us that you want to do it. Take this round from him.
Okay, it's tied. Now it's your round. It's your win.
Hey, move it.
And there's a beautiful jab by Gilbert. Just snapping that jab in place. And here's the spinning elbow. Really kind of landed more with the back of the arm.
Step back.
Gonna touch gloves.
I love you, baby.
I think you just said, I love you, baby.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah, okay. So much for that family feud.
That's how hard he got hit in the first round. There's a shot again. Deep
Henry
shot.
Hoof said, you got this. You've done this before. Be careful of your neck, though.
Well, because he took him down in that second round like that, he may think that he could do this again, and that might be his key to victory.
Melendez, Joe, with 22 career wins, 12 by knockout, 1 by submission.
He's looking for the trip. And Eddie is a very good wrestler, although his fights have been highlighted more by his ability to stand and trade. He's got Gilbert down again. Right in front of Gilbert's corner.
Alvarez, winner of 10 of his last 12.
Big deep breath by Gilbert Melendez.
A combined 47 wins here in the octagon. 22 career for Melendez. Eddie Alvarez, 25.
And both fighters are going to look to strike on the break here, and it's a matter of who can get off the best. Oh, low shot, what happened?
He's saying,
I guess McCarthy didn't see it.
He was saying again, but Gilbert just walks away, and he's fighting another takedown attempt. And he throws a knee. 3.5. Alvarez with the overhand right.
Good right hand by Eddie. And he's abandoned that leg kick, Mike. I really think you should go back to that. Big deep breath by Gilbert.
Under 3 remains.
Hoop just yelled out, "You don't listen." That's not good to hear.
Not at all.
There's that leg kick. And a nice jab by Gilbert.
Ducks under.
And again, looking for that single. He gets the takedown right in front of us here.
Eddie Alvarez.
Gilbert right back up to his feet. Nicely done by Mr. Melendez.
Alvarez, Joe, credited with 2 takedowns in this fight. Past the midway point of the 3rd and final round.
Those 2 takedowns easily could be winning both the 2nd and the 3rd round for him when you consider that a lot of the other parts of the fight, a lot of the other exchanges, pretty similar.
Joe, you saw a sizable advantage in total strikes from Melendez, but in significant strikes, they're almost dead even.
And I wonder if that advantage came mostly from the 1st round. It's kind of a shame that they're not cumulative, that we do judge it round by round. There's a lot of people that think we should judge a fight on a whole. And that's more how they did it in Pride. Nice takedown again by Eddie Alvarez. And Eddie trying to climb up the legs and Gilbert stay on top of him. Gilbert right back up to his feet.
Alvarez working diligently to try to win this 3rd and final round. Big deep breath.
Big swelling under the right eye as well now of Eddie Alvarez. He's having a hard time seeing from both sides. And Gilbert popping that jab.
You want to talk about the kid who came in to the theme from Rocky, the Philadelphia kid. Man, he's bringing it. McKenzie grew up on the mean streets of North Philadelphia, Kensington. Under a minute. Will someone make a statement
kick
here?
to the body. Went to the
Again
head.
with a kick. Altitude definitively is a factor in this fight.
Yeah, you gotta wonder how much of, oh, beautiful spinning elbow by Alvarez.
20 seconds now.
Look for it again.
Yep.
Really telegraphed at that time.
Look at the blood now on the face of Melendez. Big right hand at the end. Uppercut. Wow, what a wind-up.
That was a great fight.
They go the distance.
It's nice to see those guys show each other respect. After all the years of trash talking, they finally got it on. It's going to be interesting to see how that was scored. The 1st round really clearly went to Gilbert Melendez. He stunned him, he had him in trouble. Alvarez was tentative, didn't do much. But then the 2nd and 3rd could have easily gone to Alvarez.
Take a look at our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
There's a nice couple of jabs by Gilbert. There's the nice elbow in the first round. Look at that, beautiful. That stunned Eddie Alvarez. And again, right hand over the top. The real key to the fight, the 1st round, clearly Gilbert landed some devastating shots and had Eddie in trouble. There's a beautiful spinning elbow by Eddie Alvarez.
That's what cut him.
The 2nd round and the 3rd round, Eddie was able to initiate the grappling exchanges and get Gilbert to the ground. But the question is, how is that scored? Did he do enough damage while he did that? Very good fight though. Definitely lived up to the hype.
Getting set for our Metro PCS judges call. Brought to you by Metro PCS, where you can get unlimited data, talk, and text on the nationwide T-Mobile network for $30 period. Great sportsmanship from both of these warriors after 15 minutes of competition. The Metro PCS judges call, and here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 29-28 Alvarez, 29-28 Melendez, and 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Eddie Alvarez.
Huge split decision victory, pumped up by and all for Eddie Alvarez.
I'm here with the winner, Eddie Alvarez. Congratulations, first of all,
Eddie.
Who are you pointing to?
My wife. My beautiful wife.
Congratulations to you and to her. That's a tough fight. It was a long time coming. It was nice to see you guys kind to each other after it was over. Give me your thoughts on what it was like, and did that fight live up to everything that you thought it would be?
Una pelea muy esperada. ¿Piensas que la pelea cumplió las expectativas y fue como pensabas que iba a ser?
I would have liked to open up a little bit more than what I did. He shut my eye in the very beginning. So honestly, just fighting through that was tough.
The end of the first round, your eye was fine. It was a little swollen, but you blew your nose and it swelled up immediately. I'm sure you would like to take that back.
Yeah, I would love to take that back. I told Henry there's something wrong with my eye. This was all connected here and messed up, but we fought through it, man. That's what it's about, just fighting through stuff like this.
Sí, la verdad fue un error haberme sonado la nariz, el ojo se me hinchó porque todo está conectado y sí, es algo que no volvería a hacer.
During the second and the third, you made some adjustments and really went back to your grappling, and that's when you started to have some more success. Do you think that was the key to victory in this fight?
It was. I think it was at the end of the first when I got the takedown. I felt like, man, he's not strong here, and it's a big part of MMA, just checking the guys, checking his whole arsenal, checking if his takedown defense is good, his stand-up, etc. And I found that chink late in the first, and I had to go after it because my eye.
Sí, que pienso que fue muy oportuno encontrar esa forma de atacarlo en el segundo y tercero, y pues sobre todo con la situación de mi ojo fue la forma de atacarlo.
Well, Eddie, congratulations on a very hard-fought win. Look forward to seeing you back again in the octagon. Eddie Alvarez, ladies and gentlemen.
Eddie Alvarez with the victory. His wife Jamie loving it as the kid from the mean streets of Philadelphia defeats longtime rival Gilbert Melendez.